Now, for the next speaker, we're still on the topic of Web3 and also delving into the metaverse. I'm personally very excited because we will have a speaker who delved into the area of the metaverse when I just finished high school in 2010. So this is a real global veteran of the area, a real expert who will be able to give you a lot of insights into what he does, both in Asia and these days also in Europe. He is the CEO of Cocone Europe. His name is Suk-Jae Chang, and he will tell us about Web 3.0 and future developments in the metaverse. There will be a short introduction and then a presentation. Enjoy.
Cocone is expanding the metaverse on a global scale, using its background of 14 years of experience operating metaverse services. Many companies define metaverse as the future, but for Cocone, metaverse is an experience. Cocone has grown through avatar-based social services in a virtual space defined as character coordination play, and has now become world-class leader in its field. To this date, Cocone's flagship services, such as Pokécolo and Lively Island, have amassed 13 billion users from 74 different countries and have sold more than 10 billion digital apparel items in total. Cocone has successfully operated a Web2-based virtual world ecosystem and accumulated know-how about avatar services, item creation, marketplace and operations. Now they are ready to kickstart again a new service with a unique ecosystem and lead Web3 era. They are known for technologies such as blockchain and NFTs.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to be on this stage. And then my name is Suk-Jae Chang, and I'm from all the way from Korea. Today, I would like to share with you guys about what we experienced for the last 14 years, especially in the virtual world. So I hope this is a valuable time for everybody here. Okay, as you see here, obviously, like many avatars, yes, Cocone, we are creating a bunch of avatars and also a bunch of virtual world of imagination. That's what we do for the last 14 years on the one path. So currently we are running about 13 different virtual world, and then all those avatar citizens, they are in our world. That's what we are doing. Cocone, we are mainly based in Japan and Korea, and also we branched out in the Shanghai, Singapore, Dubai, New York, and in Europe. So these days, lately, we are kicking from Asia out to the global. So let me go into a little bit more details here. Yes, you see all these words here that are metaverse, cryptocurrency, blockchain, Web3. These are the words that we are hearing every day these days. It's not only coming out from the IT industries, but also it's from the fashion, entertainment, healthcare, all different sectors, including the government, politics, academics. We are all talking about these new online trends. Why? But let me ask you a question. Do we really know about all these online trends? Do we really know about what the metaverse is? So today, since the Cocone, we've been doing this for more than a decade, so maybe what we experienced could be a good knowledge for you who want to make a new metaverse or who want to join in the metaverse. So I hope that we can share that together. Let's start with the meaning of the Cocone. Actually, what we do, it's exactly that meaning, our company name. Cocone, it's a three letters, three words composition in Japanese language. Kokoro means it's mind and heart, and then kotoba is the words. And then we plus network. So basically what Cocone does, we deliver people's mind and heart, their feeling, with the communication into the network. That's what we are exactly doing now. Okay, we've been doing this for long years, and we call our services virtual social networking play. Virtual social networking play, we believe that it consists of 4 different elements area. One is the virtual world of imagination. And second is the surely avatar citizens. And thirdly, we have multi-angle communication features there. That's a very important thing. And last of all, which is the styling tool with the digital apparels, accessories, and styling items. Those 4 elements are basically consisting in our virtual social networking play. Okay, let's get into the bit more details here. Let's go for numbers. Numbers tells everything. Okay, Cocone, as I said, we've been in this industry for 14 years. Very old, dinosaur. We have about 1,100 steps all over the place. And then with that power of our house, that we've been accumulate about 130 million users in our services. And then secondly, we have been creating about 1 million digital apparels, accessories, and styling items so far. That's a lot, actually. Giving you a little bit of the better idea that out of 1,100 steps, we have about 500 designers in there. And these 500 designers, we produce about 3,000 digital clothes every week, not a month, every week. I'll show you later that what the magic is, but let's go for the more numbers here. And then, as I said, that 1 million digital item, we rapidly selling those digital items up to now 13 billion pieces. 13 billion pieces, that's huge number. So you can imagine how people enjoying in our virtual world. That creates about the 10 million monthly active users, and then daily-wise, 1 million people are playing in our virtual world. Okay, based on our massive experiences, massive data, operating the virtual world, we are clearly convinced of 2 things. This is the key for the metaverse, we believe. One is that our needs, human needs in the virtual world, it's not much different from those in the real world. What I mean that people in the virtual world, they are feeling a lot of sensitivity things. They are feeling about fear of the missing out. People call it FOMO these days. And of course, people have a sense of belonging in communities, and also they want to developing more relationship in the virtual world. And last of all, of course, they do desire to be influential and noticed by the others in the virtual world too. So basically, virtual world is nothing special. It is exactly the same like what we do in the real world. And second thing, this is very important. The most sensitive matter in the virtual world, it's all about the appearance. How am I look like? Yes, of course, handsome. How my space look like, and then how my social activity is going. Why this is most sensitive in the virtual world, it's different from the real world. In the real world, let's say, okay, I'll meet you next Friday. Then I have enough time to think about what to wear, what to eat, where to go. But in the virtual world, fortunately, unfortunately, there's no time. In less than a second, I meet you, you meet me. So basically, in the virtual world, what we found, our customer, users, they want to be ready, look good, have a good space, and plus, they want to be prepared about their social activities. Why? When I meet you next Friday, when you meet me, you don't know how social I am. You don't know how many friends that I have. But in the digital world, when you visit me, that you can find like how many friends that I have, how social I am, how popular I am there. That's why very sensitive matter in the virtual world, people want to be ready, look good, and have a good relationship in their community. That's what it is. Okay, based on those common things that we found in the virtual world, this is more interesting part. We found the very interesting common phenomena in the Cocone's virtual world. The beginning of our service about a decade ago, that we didn't really expect, means we didn't really prepare any features for the people. But what happened, there are two phenomena popped out. The first is that consumption in the virtual world is reminiscent of spending in the real world. Like giving you the example, like a monthly purchase amount of digital items of our loyal customer in Cocone world, it is easily more than 20,000 euro, not a year, per month. So our loyal customers, they are spending, they are shopping digital clothes, digital accessory, digital hairs, and many things, 20,000 euro, which actually they can wear for their year-end party this December. But this is really happening there. So you can imagine the consumption what people does in the virtual world. It's nothing different from the real world. And second matter, another phenomena that we found, which is that it's about the creating the market value and economic activities. At the beginning of our service, that we never prepared anything for this. But somehow, what we did it's simple. We create the digital item, we uploaded it, and then we categorize it, and we give the flat value per category. But weird. Depending who wear that clothes, depending how they decorate it, depending what kind of attention they are getting, suddenly people are starting to give a different price on each item. And then they are starting to do economic activities of selling, exchanging the things, even without any feature that we provided it. So those two phenomena that we found at the very beginning of this business, these services, that we are starting to study very hard, and then those two actually became a key factor of the Cocone's success so far. Now, this page, this is probably the key sentence that I want to deliver today to you guys. One is that the metaverse is not a game. Remember, metaverse is not a game. A lot of companies, startups and big companies, many of those, they are thinking, they are considering metaverse is a game, but no. Very important thing is metaverse, it's a word like where we are living, like a real world. It's a one kind of the real world that I can say. If you try to make the metaverse as like game, then that's just for fun for a while and it's gone. So the key is here that we talked about earlier, that we gotta think about the feelings and emotions in the virtual world. That's a very important matter. Despite all the successful evolution of Cocone, but we now are trying to build a new foundation because we see some missing there. If we really want next decade to survive in this competitive world, especially with the metaverse, that we wanted to prepare something better. Okay, we call it as a right and value innovation. Right and value innovation means it's the true ownership, which is that people paid it, but by mistake or on purpose, if I click once on my server, then entire millions of those digital items can be gone. So I'll say that we better give the true ownership now. Second is the transfer of the word, which means that, of course, in the real world, I can move anywhere, from Estonia to Korea, Korea to USA. So we gotta give them a freedom to bring what they have, their belongings, to anywhere they want. So that's the second thing that we need to innovate. Thirdly, it's a property utilization, right? Property, they paid it, it's theirs. Then they gotta decide what to do with their asset. Last of all, when we're talking about the ownership, property, all those things, which means that legitimate environment is really required. People often think virtual world is a free pass out of the real world. No, virtual world should be also legitimate too. Okay, with those four factors that we are aiming, there are four necessities that we need to prepare. One, that endless creativity. You already read that the millions of digital items we created, that's the key for running the whole virtual world, right? So we need to create, we need to produce. Second is the blockchain ecosystem. Actually, Gartime guy, he mentioned about it. Blockchain is a very important thing for proving the ownerships and stuff, so we need it. Thirdly, as I said, in a legitimate environment, we gotta make the reliable activities. We gotta make the reliable the world. Lastly, virtual world cannot be there by itself. Virtual world should be connected with the real world too. So those four target area that we are preparing. Let me show you the details. These are the four matters that we are currently preparing. Some are done, some are on progress. The first one is the artificial intelligence. Earlier I mentioned that we have about 500 designers. For a decade, for 10 years, that we've been designing digital fashions, digital clothes, apparels. So we have a lot of data. We have a lot of know-how. So we did the huge data mining, and then now we know what to sell. So basically, we create the new algorithm based on our data, and we got this AI software internal purpose. We're not showing it to outside yet. So how our designers are working now, they simply type in the word they want to put it in. For example, here, this designer put pastel, gradation, ombre, wave, long hair, types of things. Then artificial intelligence automatically calculate and start to draw the most sellable items there. And then designers, with the gut feeling, picks up the sum of those and then start to draw the details. So this is actually reduced more than 50% of the time in our production. That's why we can create 3,000 pieces of the digital items per week. And then second, blockchain, yes. Cocone, since 2018, we are the key member of the governance council of the Asia's largest blockchain network called Clayton. Based on that experiences, we just opened up our new MUI blockchain network as a side chain of the Clayton. But not only that, currently we are talking with the couple of global major blockchain network to create a new Cocone platform for more globalization. And thirdly, as I said, legitimate environment, very important. Cocone is currently preparing and applying proper digital asset handling license in USA, Europe, in Asia. That way, we can keep our virtual world more legitimate way and better way. And last of all, as I said, we gotta think about how to collaborate between the virtual world and then real world. So that way, the satisfaction, the pleasure, the enjoy, what you do in the virtual can be transferred to the real world, vice versa. Yes, for 14 years, that's pretty long years. And sadly, I got older now. And then when we first set up our company in Tokyo, which was around 2008, And by the time the iPhone came out, and probably next year, Bitcoin came out, but no one knew. And then later, like Facebook, Oculus, VR, and AR was competing. And then the Ethereum came out. All those new technology. And then AI, it's all over the place. And then what else? NFT took over the world last year, year before. And now we are talking about the metaverse. Things are changing for sure. That means the metaverse virtual world is going to be here too. Probably many of you guys will start to use multiple virtual world for your own purposes. So that's what we see, and that's what we are aiming for. That's how we do the globalization for the future. Okay, it's pretty tough. 14 years of experience, put it into the 14-minute speech here, very tough. So yes, hope that here that in this summit that I could talk with you guys more, and then hopefully we can build a new world together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I don't know about you guys, but I've learned a lot, and I'm sure that you have as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Chang, for this insight. I do have one question. I would have many more, but we sadly don't have time for all of them. I think you've given us a lot of insight into how the metaverse is perceived in Asia, and perhaps you can explain to us how the European sort of Western understanding of the metaverse and the usage of the metaverse is differing from that in Asia, and perhaps also why. How did we get here?
That's very difficult question.
Sorry.
Because we are talking about, I am in charge of a globalization, but of course, yeah, it is different, the way they use metaverse and virtual world between Western and Asia. But I'm not saying which is better or no better, but I'll say the Asian side, they are more depending. They are more depending into the virtual world. I don't know why. Because maybe the game, that a lot of games are now produced by many Asian countries. So our youngsters are pretty used to playing in games. So they are very used to living in there. So the virtual world that what we are talking about, for them, they don't really need a transition time. They can just jump in there right away. Compared to that, European, Western, I guess in a way it's a bit healthier, less digital, so go out playing more soccer and stuff, which is very good, but sooner or later, things are happening all same. So that's the probably difference, and then what's going to happen in near future, yeah.
Very well. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how the next few years develop in that space all around the world, not just in Asia, but also Europe and the Americas and elsewhere. Mr. Chang, thank you so much for your time. Please give him one more round of applause.
Thank you very much. Thank you.